Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Mohammad Hijab's secret marriage is exposed, and people are talking about whether this is right or wrong. First, we need to understand that secret marriage itself is a wrong marriage. It is not something which is allowed in Islam. No matter what the scholar says or do, the purpose of marriage is to make it public. Anything which is not public cannot be marriage. It is zina. Actually, it is zina. But I won't call this act as an act of zina because the people were confused whether it's halal or haram. So, according to Mohammad Hijab and his scholars, secret marriages are halal. So, there is a confusion out there. Therefore, I would not explicitly call Muhammad Hijab as Zani or anything like this, or call the act as zina. But marriage itself is something which has to be in public, that some people, or it should be on public record. Why it should be on public record? Because the Quran says so, that when you marry, do not take secrets companions. So difference between a marriage and zina is that zina is done secretly and marriage is done publicly. I mean, publicly, two people says that we are now husband and wife. Fine. So this is what marriage is all about. So what Muhammad Hijab has did is a secret marriage with some lady, and now the lady is trying to expose him that he has destroyed my life. He has uh, manipulated her, which is right, that he has completely manipulated her. The reason, that's the reason it's zina. I mean, technically it's zina, because the difference between marriage and zina is that marriage is done publicly and zina is done silently. Quran explicitly says, do not take secret companionship. So now what should be done? We should always be wary with these kind of people like Muhammad Hijab or any other scholar who actually works for the deen, claims to work for deen, and uses deen as a source of personal pleasure. And this is very common amongst religious people. The religious people, they act very innocent, they are the most pious people around there, and they have all the right to judge everyone around them. They have all the right to tell other people what to do and what not to do, but they themselves uh, need a ton of benefit of doubt from other people. Like they say that, oh, Muhammad Hijab, people are criticizing Muhammad Hijab, people are slandering Muhammad Hijab, and how many people have you converted? See, Muhammad Hijab or other guys like Dr. Zakir Naik have converted so many people. So how many people have you converted? So you can speak against Muhammad Hijab. See, we need to understand that how many people someone converts has no relevance in our religion, no relevance in the sight of God. Why? Because Quran explicitly says that guidance belongs to God, and even the prophets, the messenger of God, cannot claim that I have converted so many people. Why? Because first of all, this word converting is something which is not, which is alien to Islam, and it is actually more, it has more familiarity with Christianity than with Islam, because our job is to convey the message. Our job is not to convert. Whether a person accept Islam or accept the truth is his own prerogative. Also, I would like to stress the fact that Quran is not there to convert people. Quran is there to correct people. And not only that, Quran praises the believers among Jews and Christians, and Quran asks them to follow their own scriptures, Torah and Injil. So there can be believers also in other religions. Fine. There can be Islam also in other religion. The only religion accepted in sight of God is Islam, but at the same time, people of other religion can also be Muslim, because Islam is a religion where you submit yourself to God. So if a person of another religion is submitting himself to the God, he's technically a Muslim in the eyes of God. That's the reason in other places like Quran 262 and in Surah Maida itself, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explicitly say whether you are a Jew, Christian, Sabian or a believer, if you believe in God, do good deeds and believe in Akhirat, La khawfin alayhim wa lahum yahzanun, that you don't have to fear anything and you don't have to regret anything. So this is what the Quran says. I am not discussing what our tradition says or what our scholarship says. Uh, the traditional scholarship says that non-Muslims are going to hell and the Muslims are going to heaven. Anyone who claims to be a non-Muslim is in hell, and anyone who claims to be just anyone who's just uttered the Shahada, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, will go to heaven no matter what. Maybe for few days, for few moment of time they will be in hell, but ultimately they will go to heaven just because they have uttered the Shahada. This is the view of mainstream scholars, but Quran says something very differently. So, and another thing I would like to say, that if these people are doing the work of God, then why do they think that they have become beyond criticism, that nobody can come and criticize them? And number two, I would like to ask that if guidance belongs to God, how can you take the credit for that? Because ultimately anyone who is going to get the truth will get the truth regardless, even if you haven't conveyed it. It is not that you have conveyed it, that's the reason he's not upon truth. He will accept truth anyways. And also I would like to add that anyone who converts to Islam does not automatically guarantees him Jannah. There can be various reasons to accept Islam. One of them can be that that the person is interested in the truth, but there can be various reasons. There can be also materialistic reasons to accept Islam, like I wanted to gain more followers, or I am sick of I don't have a community, so to get a sense of community, let's accept. It's seeing that the Muslims are in large quantity, in a large population, so let's accept Islam. There can be various reasons to accept Islam, both valid as well as invalid reason. So just because someone has accepted Islam, that doesn't guarantees him Jannah. Quran says explicitly in Surah Hujurat that don't consider your acceptance of Islam as a favor upon Allah, and don't call yourself Mu'min, call yourself Muslims. I'm not digging on the reverts. Many reverts are better than the born non-Muslims, but I'm just arguing the point that just because someone has converted to Islam or reverted to Islam, that does not guarantee that his exam is over, he has now succeeded and the next level will be Jannah. No, you have much more to go through as far as trial of God is concerned. And this applies to me as well, this applies to born Muslims as well. Okay, and the Dawah itself has become an industry, it has become a mafia, that you cannot criticize Dawah men, you cannot call out them, and it has become a source of donation. Each Dawah organization is just asking for donation, and most of this, his job is actually asking for donation, similar to what the Christian missionaries do. So they have their approach of Dawah is actually the approach of the Christian missionaries, and this is what even the Christian missionaries do. They get involved in many sex scandals. I'm not talking about all of them, but you can see Jimmy Swaggart. He himself confessed that he used to visit prostitutes. So just because someone claims to be religious, whether Muslim or non-Muslim, that does not mean that he is pure and innocent. Quran explicitly says, "Wala to, do not claim to be pure. Wala tuzakku anfusakum." Do not claim to be pure. Allah knows you when you were in the womb of your mother. So this is what the Quran says, and we should judge people based upon their deeds, their outer appearances. If a person is giving dawah but just because he's giving dawah, that doesn't mean that he is beyond criticism, or all the human he's free from all the other humanly desire. Fine, he's just as normal as you are, and he should be held accountable just like you people are held any other people are held accountable, either in the court of law and as well as in the sight of God. This is what I want to say.